Welcome to LCCAP Legacy, Decades of Dedication, the podcast that celebrates the incredible individuals who have shaped the heart and soul of the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership.
Each episode, we'll dive deep into the stories of those who have devoted their careers to making a difference, not just in our organization, but in the lives of the people we serve every day.
We'll uncover their journeys, explore the moments that inspire them, and highlight the lasting impact of their commitment to LCCAP's mission.
So whether you're here to learn, be inspired, or simply celebrate the amazing people who make LCCAP what it is, thank you for joining us.
This is LCCAP Legacy, Decades of Dedication.
Let's get started with today's guest. Hello, and welcome to another episode of LCCAP Legacy, Decades of Dedication. Today we have a very special guest with us. We have Ms. Angela Druschel, who is one of our early learning teachers. She's been here for about 27 years.
Give or take. I forget every year. I always say, either 26 or 27. Just old.
Well, welcome. We're so happy to have you here today.
Thanks for inviting me.
We sure are happy to have you here. Thanks for coming in to kickoff of a new school year. So This is awesome. Yes, thanks for coming in.
You're welcome. So as you prepare for your 27th, 26th year, let's go back to the very beginning. Take us to how you got involved with LCCAP.
Well, actually, my daughter came to the program. I actually started as a parent in the program. I had my teaching degree, but I did not have a teaching job. I worked at Giant Eagle, but my daughter did come to the program, and as soon as I actually walked into the classroom and met her teacher and I saw the room and there was a little rocking chair, it just felt like that was the right thing to do. So at that time, they had a program that they used to do for parents. It was called the PSA program. And if you volunteered in so many classrooms and took so many training things, you could kind of be a substitute in the program. So I went through the program and they placed me immediately in an assistant position out at the Villa Maria temporary for 6 months. And then at the end of that year, I interviewed for a position as a teacher in the program.
Wow, and you've been with us ever since.
Ever since.
So seeing that little rocking chair just made you feel like this is somewhere where I need to be.
It honestly did. It really did. I walked in and I just looked around and it felt like the right thing to do.
So what initially inspired you to want to work with young children?
I always wanted to be a teacher. I love kids and I love literacy, and I actually want to be a librarian too, my free time. I'm really good at telling stories, so I don't know. Just I've always played teacher as a young kid, and it's just what I always wanted to do. I just knew that's what I was supposed to be doing, I guess.
Yeah, it's just in you. And so, so the age group of the children that you teach, how old?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. And so how do you help children 3 to 5 develop their language and communication skills? What techniques do you use?
We do a lot of modeling, language modeling. We do a lot of talking at the tables. We set up activities to have language games available, things like that. I mean, we're always teaching from the minute that we step into the classroom until we leave,
And let's say like a child may need different services. You're able to provide those early on in pre-K years?
Yeah, we do. We do assessments as soon as we go onto the home visits. That's one of the first things that we do. The parents sign up for screening, and I do a little assessment while I'm there. And if they qualify, then, we talk with parents and get their opinion, how they feel about it, and then we put the referrals in from there.
And throughout your time here, what has been one of the most rewarding parts of working with young children and their families over the years?
It's really seeing the growth. Can I tell you a little story?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, last year we had a family for 2 years, and the little boy started in our program. He started out at the IU, so he was dual programmed. He would go to IU on Tuesday, Thursday, and then to ours on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. He had a whole armload of things couldn't really, that he couldn't do or said that they couldn't do. But by the time he came to us, he just changed so much so fast. And the second year that he came back, we asked for him not to go to the IU, if he could just join our classroom instead, because we felt he had made that much progress. And his family was, to this day, they're still thankful. He he graduated, not that he graduated, but he graduated last year, but his grandma's still writing to me, telling me that, he's starting his new year. I think he'll do okay, because she was a little nervous about how he was going to transition. And he just came really, really far. He really, really, really transformed. So that's a good feeling.
That's such a beautiful story.
That sure is.
And she actually asked me for my phone number and said, because I wanted to invite you to his graduation when he graduates. 12
You have
years.
to think about it. I mean, you as a teacher being, teaching 3 to 5, I mean, you're their first, besides their parents or grandparents, first teachers.
Yeah.
You will always be remembered and, hold a special place in their hearts. I know we had Miss Casera Relic on here. She teaches across from you, and she's truly amazing, and she'll always hold a place in my heart, being my daughter's first teacher. And she was sharing some of those, different experiences too with kiddos in her classroom. And we can't say it enough. And our early learning at LCCAP, I mean, you guys are amazing teachers. And if it wasn't for you, I mean, the kids come out knowing their ABCs and counting to 100 before they even get to kindergarten. I mean, I think that's huge. So
we work a lot with social skills too. We work academics, but social skills too. We want to make them feel, important. And we teach a lot of independent skills too, a lot of different things.
And that was actually one of my questions is, how do you guys measure success in early education beyond academics? So what are some of those social cues that you are teaching in the classroom just to get them prepared for the next level?
I think we actually set the foundation for learning for them, because sometimes when they go off to kindergarten, sometimes the kindergarten teachers are like, they don't know ABC and they don't know this. But honestly, we look at the whole child. So sometimes they don't really see where they came from to where, to where they ended up. I just feel like we're the foundation of that. And we do a lot with our conscious discipline. We do a lot with teaching them kindness and, caring about each other in the classroom. And when we tell them when they leave their family, they come to our room and we're a classroom family. So we build that bond with them early on. And we really do try to teach them how to be kind and, how to interact with, other people that may not be like you. So,
which is very important.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So what does a typical day in your classroom look like?
Here's what they do. I'm very routine oriented, so we stick to our schedule pretty much. I mean, we're flexible enough, but they know what to do. They come in, they hang up their coats, they find their own tags. They go to the back of the room. I have a question of the day, so I put that on there so they learn print concepts to move their finger or whatever. So they find their name, they answer the question of the day, they wash their hands, they go to the table. We call it morning work, but they work on writing their name, or we did a thing called Birdie Beak. So they had papers where they had to pick up their little pencil and trace the lines, just to get that little grip, started.
Aww. Holding
the pencil the right way. We do, after that, we do a morning meeting. We have breakfast. We do a lot of things. We brush teeth. The whole day is filled with things. We have small group time. We have, I don't know, it's a very long schedule. They come in, we do circle time.
It's a day filled of fun and learning and interacting.
I think one of my favorite things I've seen firsthand in your classroom is your morning affirmations, your little songs that you guys do.
We start off with a unity song. We sing a unity song in the morning when we first come in. And we make little people at the beginning of the year. We call them the Safe Keeper people. We teach them that the school is a safe place and that the teacher's job is to keep them safe, but their job is to keep others safe in the classroom if they're following the rules. So we have a special box that we go around the room in the morning and ask them, are you going to be a safe keeper? And so they pick up their little person. And they say, yes, I am. And they put it in the box.
I love that.
Yeah.
That means so much to them, too, more than we could ever even imagine. I mean, that just makes them feel so important. And
Yeah, because they're part of the, they're part of the community. That's what we do a lot with being a classroom family. And actually, we did those safe keepers at meet and greet with parents. So when they came in, that was the last thing that they did. They got to make their safe keeper with their big person and show them how it works.
I was there for that, and the kids absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
They had so much fun.
that's so sweet. I went to the transition days in Elwood City this morning and at Ben Franklin yesterday. And so what they were doing for their activities for today, for the first day of school yesterday and today, There's a book, and you'll know this, and I can't remember it, but you trace your hand, your parent will trace.
The kissing hand?
The kissing hand, yes. The parent will trace their hand, and then they cut it out, and they put their name on it, and they get a little heart. It's like a little squishy heart, and you put it right in the middle, and then they're going to put it in the cubby, so when the kids may feel sad that they're just going to school and not used to it or feeling a little bit of anxiety, they could go get their mom, dad, grandma, grandpa's hand and hold it.
Aw.
Yeah,
And give it a little kiss for the kissing hand book. Yeah, it was the sweetest little thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we know that you obviously give back to the kids, but what is something that the children have taught you throughout the years of you being a teacher?
I don't know. Just always don't lose my perspective of kind of why I do the things that I do. You know, they help me grow too. I just love them. It is just fun for me. So that's why I keep doing it. That's why I've been around so long.
27 years
for,
later, yes.
I just love it, and I love them, and I just love to help them, honestly.
Yeah, and it shows because there's so many people who just rave about you, past parents, current parents, staff here. Myself, I would see you getting everything out of your car daily as I'm dropping my daughter off. I said, where do you keep all this stuff? I mean, she has carts of books and crayons and toys and games, and every day she was coming with something. So
Yeah, I'm always rotating.
Yes, you're a true teacher.
It's in my basement. Thank my husband. He bought me some cabinets, and I have it all organized in a space for each thing.
So, what advice do you have for parents who want to help support their child's learning?
Learning can take place anywhere, with anything. You can use things that you have around your house. It's not that you have to go out and buy some fancy thing to do teaching. You can go around your house and count silverware. You can go around your house and find a letter, the letter that you pick out. Learning is easy to do. Just make it fun and use things that you have.
I saw a really cool post the other day, and it said the best toys is nature, like sticks, rocks, little acorns. I mean, cones, anything you could find. And I know that you guys do a lot of that with like environmental different science projects and whatnot, making little fairy gardens, making bird houses, just things like that. It's free. It's from the nature, and the kids love that. I know Amber and I got to take part in a few of those activities, and it was better than using Play-Doh or slime or anything like that. I mean, they really enjoyed that, and it came from nature.
Yeah, it's like open-ended things too. We can do a lot of like loose part things.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And how have you seen the field of early education kind of evolve during your time working here at LCCAP?
It does change every year. There's just different curriculum, different things. Things change, families change, kids change, and it always is changing. But some things stay the same. But
For educators who are just coming into the field, what advice would you give them?
Work on your community. Like, most people are worried about teaching ABC and, 1, 2, 3s and this and that, but that's not what they need. They need you to love them. They just need you to love them, and they need you to build community. And you have to really teach them what you want them to know. They do not come to school knowing what they're supposed to be doing. So practice. That's what we do. Like the first month of school, that's all we do.
Mm-hmm.
We practice in our centers. We practice sitting at circle. We practice walking in the hall. It's very routine oriented, but it's worth it because they really do become independent, and they really do know the routine, and it makes your room run smooth. You could go on vacation, and one of the kids could take your place. So
Yeah. And then that in turn, more learning can be done after that because everybody knows the routine. Everybody knows the structure. You have a structured classroom. So yeah, more learning will take place when the time's ready. So how do you prepare your children to transition when they're ready to go into kindergarten?
no, I don't like when they leave.
It's truly heartbreaking. It really is.
We do a lot with transitioning. We talk about, I bring in books about kindergarten, and we compare like, oh, look, we do this at our school. Oh, look, you're going to do that at kindergarten. We hype it up, even though it makes us sad. We don't want them to leave, but that's kind of how we achieve it, through picture books and talking about it, and just different activities and being positive about it. Mm-hmm. And we help parents. We try to help parents too to realize kind of what it is.
And obviously, we know that transition may be hard, letting the kids go and saying goodbye. But what is it like for you knowing that you're helping the next generation, become successful in their lives?
It's a big reason why I do what I do, because you really can see you see where they start and where they go and all the places that they can really go. I don't know. I just love what I do, and that's it.
That sounded like a beautiful Dr. Seuss quote you just came up with. I love it.
Seriously,
Mrs.
people
Druschel
sometimes people don't necessarily see that. Like I said, they don't really see where the kids come from, and they don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. And you pour a lot of work, and you got to give them love, because sometimes they don't have everything that they need. So it's your job to give them that love and compassion.
One theme of our podcast is legacy, and I like to ask everyone who sits in your chair, once you are done here at LCAP, what is the legacy that you're hoping to leave?
It's just that I was kind, that I helped them the best that I could, and that I loved them, and really just did the best that way I could.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up the personal round, and we're going to make our way to the quick fire round. And you did phenomenal on that round, so I'm sure you'll do great on this next one. And how the quick fire works is we're going to ask you a series of questions, and you'll just answer with whatever comes to your mind first. Okay. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Maybe. All right. Amber, you want to kick it off?
All right. What is your favorite song that you guys sing in your classroom?
Peanut butter, jelly. We just sang it today.
That's a good one. It's a classic.
Yeah, they like that one.
So was today your first official day back, or was it yesterday?
No, yesterday started transition.
Okay.
Yesterday and today was 2 short days, just kind of to get ready for school. But we packed it full of our schedule, just like abbreviated, trying to get through the day.
Aw. Yeah. And if you could trade places with a preschooler for a day, what would you do?
What would I do? I'd play in my room with all my fun things. I don't know. I would give my teacher a hug, and I would play with my new things.
Well, speaking of toys, what is a toy that's around today that you wish you had as a child?
Magnet tiles, because those are fun to build with.
Those are cool.
Those are cool.
The kids all love them.
Uh-huh. They do. Miss Kristen has them at Building 7, so they like to build their little castles or little, doggy beds or different things like that. But when they go tumbling down, they go tumbling down.
Yeah, we put them on our light table, so on there too.
Yeah, there's little mini ones too.
Yeah,
so
there's
I
all
saw
different
that.
kinds.
Yeah. What's your favorite book, Mrs. Druschel?
Like a kid book?
Kids book, yeah. You are in the book club for LCAP too,
I
huh?
am in
I
the
did
book club.
forget that. Yeah. Well, then, what's your favorite adult book after that? We'll do both.
I don't know. Let me think for a second. Let me see. I like the No David books. They're funny because the kids really understand David. David always gets in trouble, but they try to help figure out what he could do better. Those are fun. And I like the pigeon books. I don't know about an adult book. I have to think about it. I'm always delinquent in on the book thing. I'm like, I didn't get to finish the last chapter. So that's probably not a good question.
If you could pick a mascot for your classroom, what would you pick?
A fox, because I love them.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, foxes are beautiful. And then what is your favorite themed dress up day at school for like Spirit Week or Dr. Seuss Week or
Like pajama day. Yeah, we do good with pajama day.
And the kids really look forward to that too, because like when Ella has pajama day, like she's ready to wear her pajamas, and it's just fun to see everybody's like cool different pajamas, especially during like Christmas time too. Grinch and then Rudolph and all the different cute little pajama styles.
I have Scooby-Doo ones. I used to wear my Scooby-Doo ones because I know the kids like them.
What is your favorite snack to have with your class?
Pretzels. I love pretzels.
Mm-hmm. Like the pretzel sticks or
They're
like
crunchy.
the big pretzels?
Yeah, just pretzels, just little pretzels.
Pretzels in general.
I just love all pretzels. In fact, one of the little kids, he was crying. He's been crying for the last 2 days, but he was sitting beside me, and I was trying to talk to him today. And I'm like, well, what's your favorite snack? And he said, pretzels. I said, oh, me too. I love pretzels. So that made him smile.
Yeah, you probably made him feel so much better. Aw. And that's another great thing, too, about our school. We provide healthy, nutritious snacks, breakfast, lunch, drinks, milk. I mean, it's just all it's everything about our LCAP early learning is truly amazing.
And we sit down with them to have the meal. We sit down family style in our room, and we pass food. In fact, they're already passing food. We started on day one, and last year we got little pitchers for the milk because it comes in a big milk gallon or whatever. But we put them in little pitchers at our table, and every single kid learned how to pour from the pitcher. So
Oh, that's
we're even
awesome.
doing it now.
Yeah, and if one friend doesn't know how to scoop spaghetti, then the other friend can help, or salad, or
Yeah,
help
we
pour
model.
ranch. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts about school too.
And it's a good
that
time
you
to
guys
talk
do.
too.
Yeah.
And my last question, if the preschoolers were in charge for the day, what do you think your classroom would be like?
I don't know. I would hope they would still follow the structure and routine because they really do. If we miss one little thing, they'll be like, Ms. Druschel, you did not ring the bell there. So
They'll let you know.
they'll let you know, yeah. But I think it would be fun. They'd probably just play all day and want to have a yummy snack and go to the gym or the playground.
And out at our Frumo campus where your classroom's at, there's so much room out there. I say it to everybody. There's so many different things that you're able to do pretty much all through the year, to be honest, between gardening and going down to our hydroponics station with Miss Kristen and learning about all the things that she has down there. It's just truly amazing, and just learning is endless there.
Yeah, Miss Kristen is very nice. She's really awesome. We've done a few field trips there. And we've done quite a few parent activities down there too. So she always helps me set up.
You both remind me of each other, just so
Yeah, she's awesome.
kid, entertaining, and just how you both teach. And yeah, both two teachers at heart, I'll tell you that.
And what's the funniest moment you've ever experienced in your classroom?
Okay, here's one of my favorite ones. We usually try to teach the kids to be kind, like I said, to be kind to each other. So we would have a path kid of the day. So we would pick one of the children is like a child that everybody gives them a compliment and makes them feel good or whatever. So we usually would have the kid that was the path kid of the day stand by the bathroom, and I tried to every kid like shake their hand and say congratulations. Okay, so everybody was fine with it wasn't them. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. There was one little boy who was really upset that it wasn't him, and he said, congratulations. So sometimes we'll say that too among me and Miss Chapel will say that among ourselves. Oh, well, congratulations.
That's adorable.
There's a lot of memories. All the kids were good.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the podcast. We appreciate you sharing your story and telling us a little bit about, what it's like to be in the preschool room with our early education learners. And for anyone who may be interested in getting involved with teaching or something to that extent, what would you tell them? How can they get involved?
How to, through volunteering and
Yes.
stuff, you mean? Yeah, we open our volunteer calendar up in October. Usually September, we try to just keep it in our classroom because we want the kids to get used to us and following the routines and stuff. But yeah, we always welcome, help in the classroom. Last year we had a lot of parents, or not even just parents, like grandparents, aunts, wanted to come in and volunteer for the day. So we accept everybody, It's a good experience all the way around. The kids get excited to share their big person, and the big person gets to kind of see how the day runs for their children. So I think it's a win-win. So if you ever want to volunteer, come in our classroom.
Well, we're so glad that you saw that rocking chair 26 years ago and decided to come here at LCAP and, pour into the next generation of young souls. So thank you for doing that. And then thank you for joining us on the podcast today.
Thank you. You're welcome. I was nervous.
You were, but we told
Still
you it wasn't
nervous.
that bad, huh?
You did wonderful.
You did
Still
great.
nervous.
Well, that will do it for today's episode of LCAP Legacy Decades of Dedication. And of course, we'll be back next week with another special guest.
Have a good day.
Have a great week, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.